It's a brand new year, a new creative direction, and a new studio space. Roll that intro. Hi there and welcome back to the studio. My name's Andrew and it is a pleasure to have your company here once again. Now, if you're new to this channel, this is the place where we talk about all things to do with oil painting and art. So consider subscribing and make sure you click the notification bell so you're notified when I upload another video. Now, you might have noticed that I'm coming to you from a brand new studio space and I want to tell you all about it in this video. But before I do, there's some exclusive content that you're missing out on. Every week with my patrons on Patreon, I'm sharing with them exclusive Q&A videos or a critique video, some extended time lapse, some behind the scenes stuff. Check this out. I just want to play with this as an idea and talk about how this actually changes the relationship from looking down at something to being in it, okay? But here what we've done is we've gone from there to there, taken everything that Louise had, but just kicking it up a notch. Can we go about this process multiple times? Again, if you're keeping the medium to a minimum, generally you can start to thin down or thicken up your paint.
Hi Andrew, I just had the client on the phone and he was absolutely excited about the 6 options he had to choose from and feeling was right. He chose Jackson Falls, image 6 to start with, and he's very happy to get the process started.
Now, in addition to this awesome exclusive content, I've also added another thing, the video version of the Creative Endeavor podcast. I've just started up the podcast again. I had my buddy Samuel Earp on the podcast, and it was an absolute pleasure spending some time with him in the studio.
Here's an experiment everyone can do.
Go.
Instead of living in fear, start living with changing your mindset to one of abundance and a creativity, and start working on the thing that speaks to you and your passion. And start ignoring the noise outside that they're trying to keep you in fear. And if everyone would do that, well, this problem would be gone, wouldn't it? What a better world we'd live in.
Now, if that sounds like you and you want to take your art even further in 2022, then make sure you join me on Patreon. You'll find a link in that description box down below. Now let's talk about this new studio space. You might have been here for a little while. Maybe you've seen some of my past videos in that old studio space that I had in the bottom of the South Island here in New Zealand. And that was a dream space. I mean, it was absolutely massive and I had so much room to just throw everything around, really get stuck into some monumental creative projects. And I must admit, I did love that studio and I kind of miss it for a number of reasons. But I moved and I had to set up a new space, and now this space is actually in my home. Now, whilst this studio space isn't as epic as the old one, the location certainly is. This is the Marlborough Sound, located at the top of the South Island of New Zealand. I'm looking forward to sharing more of this landscape with you. It is so beautiful, tranquil, and serene here. And there are amazing landscapes just out the front door waiting to be painted. Now, I would have loved to have brought that old studio space up here with me, but that just wasn't possible. So I've made the most of what I have, which is a pretty generous sized bedroom, I would say. But it does have some benefits, and it doesn't actually have the drawbacks that the old space did. You might not know, but that was a building on the main street of that small town of Lawrence, but it was on a major highway, so I had trucks going by constantly. To just record audio, like a video like this, was a nightmare.
I prefer my final varnish to be a little bit more towards the matte side of satin because, truck, off you go. Try that again.
Not to mention Friday and Saturday nights was pretty rowdy too, because I had a bar right next door. But one of the things that I don't miss was how brutally cold it got in that studio space. Some of my old videos, you might have noticed I was wearing fingerless gloves to paint, and often I was found painting in a jacket. So it was pretty tough to keep warm. And it's pretty miserable trying to paint those tiny little details when you've got cold fingers. So let's wind the clock back a little bit, and I'll show you the way this studio space looked when I first found it. And setting up wasn't exactly straightforward.
So what have we got? Maybe about 5 meters by 5.5, nearly square. But man, the state of it now, check this out. Okay, it's kind of shaping up. It's kind of looking like a studio, but I got boxes everywhere. I gotta clear the floor space. So there's a few things that I've got on my list. Love these matching curtains. Don't you just? Isn't that great? So I gotta fix those up. Gotta address a bit of damage here on the walls. Hook up a new lighting system. You know, spotlight halogens aren't bad. They're a little bit warm, and that's not a really even glow at all on that wall. So, new lights, paint job, new curtains, clean up, and maybe hang a bit of cool stuff to keep me inspired. All right, this is gonna be a mission. Wish me luck.
The unpacking process was pretty cool. I have a few of these studies that I need to finish off, so I'm looking forward to sharing those with you in future videos. Now I wanted to start off here with a clean slate. There was a little bit of damage on the walls that I needed to address before I began to paint.
I'm gonna get the bin. Oh. You make it hard to be clean, Briar. Pick it up. Just at least that one. Thank you. Pick it up. Thank you. Pick it up. You do it. You do it. Goes over here. I think you're doing it wrong. So I've been scratching around in here and kind of putting stuff away, and I discovered I actually have a leak. Not too happy about that. I'm a long way from any hardware store, but good thing I remembered to pack some roofing silicone. Everyone's gotta have roofing silicone, right? So I'm gonna find the source of the leak, patch that hole, and hopefully I don't have any more of this waterfall in the studio. And that's one thing about the sounds, living up here in the Marlborough Sounds, it can rain, and it can rain heavy. So when a good rain gets hitting on that roof, it starts coming down the wall. I didn't know that when I bought the place. So we'll get it fixed up. That's just crumbling out of there. That's awful. All right. Gotta patch that with something.
Where are we? I got standing water right there on the plasterboard. That ain't good. There was a leak in the corner. At least I know where that is. I can fix that. Where the heck is this hole in the ceiling? And there we go. That's the culprit. So we're gonna get a nice little piece on there, a little patch, silicone it up, and hopefully that puts an end to the leak. The only way around this was to strip off the sheetrock and replace it. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm not gonna let that stop me.
Now someone's gonna have to clean that up. All right, I'll do it. I'm gonna leave it there tonight. That was epic. I did not quite expect it to go down like that. Yeah, from a hole in the ceiling to now a couple of okay looking patches. They look all right. I mean, I'm not a professional plasterer, but to me, yeah. So that will sand right up. I'll give it another coat, then I'll come in here and give it a paint. And no one will ever know. It's not like this is going on the internet. Now for the wall easel, because I'm gonna have to rebuild that, I don't have the height that I had in the last studio. So here we've got about 2.4 meters from ceiling to floor. So I'm gonna put up here 1, 2, 3 verticals and then go all the way across with my horizontals. And I managed to actually recycle a few of those horizontals from the old studio. So I'm gonna cut those to length. And I think on this wall, I'm actually gonna get a pretty decent sized wall easel. So about 2.4 meters long by about that height of the ceiling, which actually, come to think of it, probably just under 2.4 meters. So let's get attaching and get that up on the wall. And then I'll have a place to paint. Awesome. I'm often asked the secret to my productivity. And now you know, there's 3 of me. For the best wall easel ever, check those links in the description down below. I've linked to my old studio videos and I talk about how I build a wall easel. So I'm basically repeating that process here. Now I attach my verticals directly to the plasterboard. These are the struts that are going to support those horizontal beams. And now we're down to just 2. Yeah, the third guy, he didn't work out. He wouldn't shut up. I've decided to go for a deeper charcoal gray, a lot deeper than the old color that I was using in the previous studio. This will help me cut down on reflected light. I try to go for a nice neutral shade, so not too warm, not too cool. I am much better at painting landscapes than I am at painting walls. I'm glad I don't have a close-up shot of my cutting in, because it is crap. I'm going to cut these long horizontals down to about 2.4 meters to reach the outside of those vertical struts on the studio wall. And these horizontals here, I've recycled from the old studio. You might notice there's a slight angle at the top of that piece of wood at about 45 degrees. This will help those paintings click on to those horizontal bars. Now I've decided to space these bars a bit closer than the previous build. So these are at about 100 millimeters between the horizontals. This will give me more options for adjusting the height of the canvas on the wall. Now because I don't have much height to the ceiling, mounting my lights at the right angle from vertical is absolutely crucial. I take my measurement from about 30 degrees from vertical. This track light was pilfered from the old studio space. I'll go ahead and mount 5 LED spotlight bulbs here. They're all around 5,000 degrees Kelvin, throwing a nice cool shade. And now I just need to add those final touches. All right, we're nearly there, but it's looking a little empty, a little bare, and a little bit messed up, having worked in it for a little while now. So let's do a bit of zhuzhing and get some more stuff on those walls. And yeah, fix it up just right, but studio wall's looking pretty good. Getting there, it's producing. All right, let's hop to it. I painted that so long ago, 2012. Look at that, little en plein air sketch. Nice memories, that's gotta go on the wall.
Always found this Claude Lorraine really nice. Nice little print. That's got to go on the wall. Cute little up shop job. Vermeer. Nice little print. Again, up shop. Beautiful. That's my favorite. John Singer Sargent. Another up shop print. It's got to go on the wall. Now, I must say, this studio space came together a lot quicker than the previous space. I mean, that one took months and months to just do all of the prep work and the carpentry just to begin painting. So it's quite good, actually, having a space up and running so quickly so I can get straight to the canvas and get working. And for such a small space, it's pretty well organized, which is quite good to have all my art materials on hand. I also like having a couple of different workstations, a couple of different easels in here to work at. Nice little place in the corner to chill out. Of course, if I'm going to do some video work or run through some old reference material, I've got my computer right there, and then a few projects around the place that continue to inspire me. So I know I've got a few empty frames on the wall, and I do look forward to getting pictures into those pretty soon, and I'm going to share that process with you here on this channel. Studio brought up. So there you have it. There's my brand new studio. And as the saying goes, watch this space. Well, thank you so much for spending this time with me here in the studio. I've really enjoyed your company. In the meantime, make sure you go and follow me over on Patreon. You'll find that link in the description box down below. I'm gonna get out of here and get back to painting. I'll see you again in the next video.